Welcome to Bariatric Expert, the podcast that delves deep into the world of bariatric surgery and nutrition. I'm your host, Sherry Burke, a registered holistic nutritionist with a specialization in bariatric nutrition. I've been working closely with bariatric clients since 2008, helping them navigate their journey towards a healthier and more fulfilling life. Whether you're considering bariatric surgery, have already undergone the procedure, or are simply interested in learning more about this transformative field, this podcast is for you. So hi. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Cynthia Morales. So Cynthia was born in New York City. She spent 21 years living in California, but now resides in Lake Wales, Florida. She's an entrepreneur who underwent gastric bypass surgery in December of 2022. She's an A-lister with paparazzi and a CEO of Seymour Jewelry. She joins us today to share her journey and insights. Cynthia, thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely. It's an absolute honor and pleasure to have been invited. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here to share my journey with you.
Cynthia, tell me a little bit about what you do, because I know you're a small business owner. I have a super soft spot for female entrepreneurs, and it's so much fun watching you align. So tell me a little bit about your business.
Absolutely. Thank you. I have now been 100% self-employed about 5 years, and I have been an independent consultant with Paparazzi Accessories going on 6 years in August. I get the absolute privilege of being able to offer fabulous $5 jewelry. I have some $25 pieces through really through anywhere, but I get to offer the product. And I also get to offer the opportunity to join the business with me and partner with me. So I get the chance to teach others how to do what I do, how to utilize social media to grow their business and their presence and branding. So it's been an absolute pleasure. I now have a team of over 1,800. And I've got myself ready right now to have a fun and exciting live right here on Facebook, offering these amazing $5 accessories. So life took a total turn and then another turn with my surgery. And so it's been very exciting.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm going to put your contact information so that people can reach out directly to you regarding your business. Super interesting. So you and I met this all happened very quickly. I think we met in September or October, and you were scheduled for gastric bypass surgery in December of 2022. So I'd like to know how that decision took place for you. What was the point where you decided that I need to do something about my weight? How was your struggle going into this?
Okay, so I'm a woman of very tall stature. I'm almost 6 feet tall. So I've always been what would be considered a big bone. You know, the saying, a larger set woman. And weight has always been an issue for me. Now, when I was younger, I was athletic. I could keep my weight under control. As I got older, I had my daughter, things changed. And then I have dealt with fibromyalgia for 12 years. I started gaining a lot of weight due to stress and anxiety, depression, just dealing with a lot of mental and physical health issues. About 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, I was officially diagnosed with lupus. And I had over the years actually started looking into this procedure or, various types of procedures way back when that were bariatric procedures, different ways that surgeries were done back then. I looked into it several times and backed away from it. And it came to a point in life where I was finding success. My businesses were doing great. Life overall, was going really well for me, but my weight hit an all-time high. The lupus, the body pain, the not being able to really do as much for myself physically as I had been able to do in the past. I hit 299 pounds on the scale, and that's when I decided I have to make a decision. I've got to move forward with it. Now, my best friend actually had her surgery done with Dr. Verbunin back in March of last year, and I was supposed to do it with her and didn't because I was in the process of buying a home. So I got to watch her go through the experience. So not only did I have the support group, which is absolutely amazing, the Facebook community that you have created. I watched quietly for quite a while, and then she went through the experience. And I took a trip and got to see her. And when I saw the difference in her and how she was able to move more comfortably, and just her overall well-being. I joke about it and I say, I was struggling to get up and down stairs, and she was, just as happy and go lucky as she be. And I decided I wanted to be able to do as well. I didn't want to continue to have the struggles, am I going to fit in the seat? When I took the trip, I didn't fit in the plane seat. I had to get an extender. I was uncomfortable, so there was so much that led me to it. But when I saw that scale hit 299 and knowing that now officially I had lupus, I knew I had to give my body and myself the best chance possible to heal and to find well-being. And so I took that leap of faith and I reached out to you after that trip. I reached out, came back and reached out to you, and you had me set up and ready to go. I mean, it was so fast and it was an amazing experience.
I remember that you were really intent on having the gastric bypass. Now there's options, we have the gastric sleeve, the mini bypass, the dual dental switch, the gastric bypass. What was it that made you your decision firm on having the gastric bypass procedure? Was it because you saw somebody else go through it or because of the research you did? I'm just curious to know how that decision process was.
So I have several friends who have done the sleeve back in the day, the bands. I know people who have done different variations of the surgery. Now, my friend who got it done that I was supposed to go with her, she had the full bypass done, but she had had a procedure before. As I watched in the group and as I did research, I saw, from what I saw, there were many people who went back for the bypass after having this. So that was a big, well, do I want to go through this twice? Should I just move forward with the bypass? Also, the acid reflux and the feedback that I was seeing of how many people with the sleeve have a really increased acid reflux go on after the surgery. And I already suffer with acid reflux for years. So to me, it made more sense to go with the bypass and hopefully put myself in a better position as I started going through the healing and working with the tool. Those were really the only reasons that I sought out to.
No, that's super interesting. I think that you saw your friends go through the process. You've seen your friend have revision surgery already. I like to tell people that I work half of my time with people who are getting set up to have the procedure, and the other half of the time with people who have experienced regain. And regain is something that that is real, right? So as far as having a one and done procedure, I mean, of course, we have to always remember, even with gastric bypass, there's always a possibility of having a regain. So making those lifestyle changes are going to become really important. So can you share some of the specific practices or habits that you feel has contributed to your success at this stage, and share a little bit about where you are right now today? So it was December 2022. Right now we're in the middle almost of July 2023. That's only 6 months. Where are you today?
Yes. Okay. So I am now 109 pounds down. So 191 is the lowest that I've seen on the scale thus far. I definitely have more energy, greater span of movement. I'm able to do more on a daily. I think some things that were really important was I am self-employed, so I had some flexibility in how I could work my schedule and how I could take care of myself. I do have kind of a multi-generational household, so there was people to help me there as well. Some of the things that were really important is that I have been going through some life coaching. And so I have had the opportunity to learn about reframing negative thoughts, um, keeping yourself very neutral to the outcome, and approaching everything, with a positive expectation of what's going to come out at the end. I've learned to use affirmations to help ground myself and re-engage my confidence. So something that I did every day before I went to surgery, as I waited for my surgery, after surgery, is I have affirmations that I say to myself. I'm healthy, vibrant, and energetic. My body is strong, flexible, rested, and healed. I'm so happy and so grateful now that this is my truth, this or something better, and so it is. And so I say that to myself daily, constantly. I think it's really important to reassure yourself and have those positive pep talks and celebrations with yourself, because there is a lot of emotion involved in beginning to discover and understand just how intense your relationship with food has been, and how much space and time and thought food actually take, food and your body size and how comfortable you are, how much mental space that actually has been taking up, that you may not have even realized until after the surgery. I am rigorous about keeping up with my water goals. I know how important it is to stay hydrated. I know that it's extremely important for us to keep up with our nutritional needs through our supplements, through whole, healthy, nutritional foods. I'm still working on the separating out time to sit and eat and carving out that time. I'm a very on the go eater, but no sugar, no bread, no carbs. I've still stayed away from those things. And I found that I do have more energy. I do have, my complexion is different. My skin is different. I can feel and see my body beginning to enter into a greater state of well-being, by having those daily focuses. I'm not a go workout person, but I'm very conscious about how many steps I take throughout the day, how much I'm doing throughout the house, how much I'm, moving and staying on the go, because there was times that, in the past, if I got out the bed and took a shower, I was very well accomplished for the day. Those have been really important. Staying connected to the group, staying connected to the community, the bariatric community, learning that there are podcasts like this, that there are, places of support for you to come to beforehand, during, and after. Staying in that space and reality of, there's a whole community out here who has gone through it, who are open and willing to share information about what they have gone through and be really supportive. Because like with anything else, you always have the naysayers and people who, take a negative, want to say you took an easy way out, or I have one person that had a horrible experience and they want to share that with you. So really being able to surround yourself with a positive, supportive network of people, finding places like what you have created, Bariatric Expert, it's important. All of that has played key. Not only, it's hard to believe that when you said that, I started counting the months in my head again. Like, it really has only been 6 months. And to hit that 100-pound mark was unbelievable. To even think right now of strapping on 100 pounds and trying to get through the day, there's no way.
Wow, that's heavy on your shoulders. That's a heavy weight to carry physically and mentally.
Absolutely. So I believe it's really important to have someone that you can talk to who's going to be supportive, who's going to have positive, feedback and support for you. You've got to really shut off the negativity and the naysayers. Look for those who are there to cheer you on and support you through the journey.
I look at you're talking about the bariatric support groups. I look at it like volunteering your time And we all know that by the act of volunteering your time protects you as well from going back to where you were.
There is some accountability, absolutely sharing. There is some of that, well, you want to show up in support of that sharing, and you want to, I've been very transparent with it. From when I first started thinking about it, when I backed out of it, when I thought about it again, I've been very transparent because part of uh, my business and who I am and how I've established what I have established has been through social media, has been through uh, content and sharing of my life. So I've been very transparent about coming up to making the decision, deciding to go abroad and go international and use the services that you offer. I've shared all of that. And so that is an accountability for me because I know that I haven't shared as much in the journey now because I'm like, I want to make sure that I've got it right or that I know I'm putting my best effort in before I share out. And so getting myself into the habits of staying hydrated, having a routine, making sure that there is a cup that is like, with me everywhere I go. Um, Learning how to move through social, engagements and how to deal with when everybody's out and eating. I lost track of where I was going with
No, that's
that.
really important. Actually, I just wrote a blog today about, I'll be posting it later, and that's about how to eat out and how to socialize and the tricks and tips that you can use to help you through that, whether you're open with your journey or whether a lot of people are not so open with their journey. But the openness that you've given to the group and to others on your big social media network is very encouraging. People are watching you, Cynthia. Don't let that stress you out. I think that you're paying it forward, and you are going to help other people possibly save their lives. Now that might sound very dramatic, but I work with people also that are 400, 500, 600 pounds, and I no longer see this like an elective procedure. I see this like life-saving surgery. I'm wondering that any of the practices that you've done, because you've taken a really deep mental dive into why I got to be almost 300 pounds. And I'm wondering if that has crossed over you or impacted you in other areas of your life, like in your business or other personal areas beyond just weight loss.
Absolutely, it has. Absolutely, it has. It has impacted everything. The relationships and the conversations that I now have with my family, the focus and importance that we now place on wanting to be healthier, realizing patterns and habits and, things that we grew up that were just like, we were a soda family. We were a sit at the table with mouths and pounds of food and don't get up till you're done eating family. I'm from a Latino household. So there's always rice and there's always tons of food, and it's disrespectful to not indulge in absolutely everything that is put out in front of you. So having taken such a huge look at just noticing what I notice about my upbringing, my environment, the belief systems that I have right now, the way I speak to myself, the way I look at myself, like understanding and learning that, those are stories. They're not the what is so, what is so is I needed to get healthy. I needed to be in a better place with how I felt about myself. Being on social media, like that's it's nerve-wracking, and I dealt with confidence issues and lack of self-esteem and always I can't hide. I can't not be seen in a crowd. I'm almost 6 feet tall, a big voluptuous woman. And so learning to really kind of separate who I am and not have a good or a bad tie to what got me there. I just ended up there. You know what I mean? I just got there. So I wasn't, I've got to the point where I stopped beating myself up for getting there and not making the decision sooner because, oh my goodness, I know I cannot be the only one who thinks, why did I wait so long? Why didn't I do this for myself sooner? Like, what was I thinking? Um, so it has helped in every aspect. There's a different connection with, my social media followers. I don't even know how to say my friends on social media. People actually are reaching out to me and thanking me and asking questions. And so being able to help them from not just oh yeah, physical, visual, I should say, not physical, but visual, not just from how you look, not just, we want to be a certain size, but how do we want to move through this world? The freedom, like there's the freedom that comes with just being able to move through more comfortable in your own skin. Like I said, not having to, be worried about, am I going to fit? Am I going to be comfortable? Am I going to be out of place? Yeah, I might. And not to say that it made everything better because I still have lupus. I still have the diagnoses that I've got. I still struggle with pain, but nowhere close to at the same levels that I was dealing with it. And there's so much more hope in the outlook now.
And you're still new in the journey. It's been 6 months only, but I would love to do a repeat in 6 months from now. So in December, to see where you are in December, how you're feeling, how your lupus is. And as we begin to wrap up, I'm wondering to other people that are thinking about doing this journey, what kind of advice do you want to share with somebody who may be considering this journey or somebody who's just had surgery a month ago? I saw somebody post in the group a few hours ago. I have 7 foods. How do I combine them? 1 week post-op, feeling frustrated. So what can you say to people who are coming behind you and watching this journey?
I would definitely say give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your body. Understand that, you didn't get to the point that drove you to the decision overnight, and you're not going to get to the results that you may be hoping for overnight, but show yourself grace. Be very patient with yourself. Allow yourself to rest and, to be able to heal. It's so important. Like at the very beginning, I stayed in touch with you, and I need to do better about staying in touch with you. I'm just gonna say that out loud, so I hold myself accountable. But I reached out to you so often, and having you there. And so I want to say to people, get out of your own way. Find systems that are gonna help you understand the positive, how to care for yourself before, during, and after. Find those communities like what we have here that are going to help you along the way. Prepare yourself emotionally. Understand that there are going to be emotional challenges and things that you're going to learn about yourself that might not, that you might surprise yourself. You're going to find things about yourself that, you really actively will want to change your outlook around. I hope I said that the right way. So I would say stay out of your own way. Do your research. Make sure that you have the information that you need to feel empowered with your decision. Don't be careful who you ask advice from and how you ask it, because you don't want to. Whatever you are believing and putting out into the universe, you are going to find people who are going to support that. So if you come to someone and say, well, I don't know, well, it's scary, then a lot of times that's what you're going to get in return. Absolutely, it's scary. I don't know if you should do that. Why don't you just diet again? You could do this on your own. So, really build this belief of faith that you can create a different future for yourself. You can create it for yourself. And this is a tool that can help you get to that life that you love living, that you want to daydream about, being able to fulfill things that you see as the future for yourself or your family. Yeah, so
Thank
that's
you.
what I would say. I would say, like, really go for it. Like, do this for you. Do this for you. You deserve to feel better. You deserve to have tools and support systems and a pathway to well-being.
I want to really thank you for sharing your inspiring story, sharing your insights with us today. Your journey really serves as a powerful reminder of the transformative potential of bariatric surgery, and your self-care practices that you are doing and accomplishing and going forward with, those make a really big difference. And that's a really important part of your journey, something I really wanted to make a note of for our listeners. It's not just about the number on the scale in Cynthia's journey. It's about everything that's occurring in your life and the positive self-talk. It actually gives me goosebumps, your positive self-talk.
Thank you to you. I'm very grateful and appreciate it.
And thank you to our listeners for joining us on this episode of Bariatric Expert. Cynthia is going to be back here in 6 months from now to see what her 1-year surgery is looking like. Stay tuned for more information, uplifting conversations. I'm going to make sure that I have Cynthia's email address, her social media links put in the comment section. And until next time, thank you very much.